Hello, hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Elise here at Plan with Elise, and today we are creating two custom Patreon spreads for the month of September. This first spread is going to be for Xandrea, and we have a Happy Planner dashboard layout here. So I'm going to start out by actually, that one I don't want to use correction tape. I want to use my white pen. We're just going to cover up these headings so we can make them our own and do a little bit of customization. And Xandrea's request was to use the Kelva Plan or Kelva Fan fall box. So we have these stickers here, and then she also wanted two specific washies from this box. One was the pumpkin, and then this one was the grid. Let me pull this up. Looks like I had ripped it a little bit originally. So let's fix that. And I think that we can probably have a lot of fun with both of these washies. So the first thing that I'm going to do is take this one. I need to get a straight edge though. And we're going to put this one right over here. Like that. And then I have my washi card from that box as well. And this is a good washi card. It's like really thick acrylic that I think cuts really nicely. So then I'm going to take the sticker book before I use this washi and look for similar stickers to this. So there should be, yeah, I was going to say we've got this down here, but let's see, we've got the floral. I can include floral, but she didn't really request it. So instead I want to focus more on the pumpkin style. So let's take this stack here and I'll put it right over there. I think I'm probably going to add some washi over at the top. And then I think it would be cute to just include like another little small one. Let's see what these are when I have a full page worth. Sometimes trying to keep these sticker books open while trying to film, it's not that easy. Okay, let's use this one because I didn't want it to just be those three. I wanted to kind of add to it. Like this. I thought that would be cute. Then I wanted to come down with a quote. So let's see. Thankful, grateful for autumn. Gratitude is the best attitude. Let's do gratitude is the best attitude. But before I do that, I'm going to take this washi and we're going to come in with this over here at the top. And that'll kind of like frame out this section. And then I'll see kind of what my spacing looks like to be able to put a quote. I can't put one right here. That's not enough space. We have the tiny ones, but we're going to do gratitude is the best attitude. So we do have a big gratitude theme in this box. I believe that this not only, well, I know that this box is sold out, but I also believe that the sticker book, there was like a limited amount available, and I think that those are sold out as well too. But if you have it, maybe this will give you some ideas on how to use it because I haven't done a lot of dashboard spreads lately. Now we're going to come in with box. Actually, I'm getting a different idea here. Let me see if I can pull this up. I want to pull that up, and instead I want to use some of these monthly boxes. I've been on this kick lately with my monthly boxes. I feel like I'm seeing them in a lot of sticker books, and because I'm not really doing many monthly spreads, I'm liking putting them around here. And then we still have my gratitude is the best attitude sticker, which we could just lift a little bit and layer there. I think that that looks cute. And then we can take this pumpkin washi and bring it in over here. So in this case, I'll take my knife. We'll do a little bit of a rounded cut there and then a straight cut right here. Okay. That's pretty. Now we need header boxes for this section. So let's see. We've got these header boxes and we have them here too. So let's do this one. Let's pull out a brown. Let's do another teal. And we're going to do this brown here because I see this a lot in the pumpkins themselves. So I'm going to put this one up top here. I may add some washi to those. We'll do this one here, or we could also do double box there because it's a good space for a double box. I think we'll do that. Oops. Just get it down neatly. Okay, then take this one right here and then come back in with this right over here. I'm just gonna kind of lift it up so that it's not really like fully covering the washi. I wanna make sure that you can see it. So I think that that looks cute. And now while I'm on the left side, I'd like to come in with my bullet points, and we're going to do these bullet points right over here. Normally when I'm doing my own dashboard spreads, I don't really do these bullet points. But I think that especially for like a custom spread and when you want something a little bit more decorative and when you have the time for it, doing something like this is cute because it adds just an extra touch of decoration to the spread. So I'm not like fully going in a color order here. We're just kind of playing around. But I think that this will be cute. And then I want to remember to look at washi on those top sections and maybe here also. Yeah, those look pretty. I really like this light kind of teal mint, more of a mint, I guess, than a teal, but I really like this color. And of course, excuse me, when you're using smaller items like bullet points, using a tweezer is always going to be the best way to pull them up, but also put them down. It's just a much like straighter way. And we know that I struggle with putting stickers down straight, and this makes it a lot easier. It's not a perfect system because I still struggle with putting them down, but it does make it easier. Gives me the best shot. Okay. Two more. All right. Now, while we're here, I just saw somewhere sneaking out of here are these stickers. So let's take September sticker, since I believe this will be used for September because it's a September custom spread. And we're going to pop it in right over here. And then I think that we are going to leave it undated. So we'll see if I want to do any like day of the week cover-ups. I don't think this has them. Yeah, the sticker book doesn't have day of the week, but that's okay. Let's come back to the washi. So I think I'm going to use this washi up here. And this is just about the same size as the boxes, which is nice, like same height. Sometimes I'll use a knife instead of a washi cutter because it's just a tiny bit cleaner of an edge. All right. That looks cute. I'm wondering if I should do a little bit of layering here. Let's just do a tiny bit. It can't hurt. Need to get this down a little bit further though. And I'll show you kind of the difference. You may not be able to see it. This is a good washi cutting card. I don't think you can really see the difference. But one like sometimes shows a little bit of a rip and one is just a cleaner edge. All right, that looks cute. I can't really do it over here because then I lose this space. The next thing that I want to do is come in. Actually, before I do anything else, I would like to look at day of the week headers because I feel like that'll kind of give me a better spacing. And I have all of these Planner Kate ones. This would be really pretty. It's a little bit bright. I don't really think though that I have any like browns. We have these. These are, maybe that's the best choice. Let's see. I feel like I have some smaller ones in here too. Do I not? Okay. I haven't really used these browns yet, but this may be a really pretty selection here. Like this color, because it sort of goes with this without being a perfect match. So I think we're going to do that. And it feels sort of rustic, like the stickers in this spread already. So I like it. And it fits this space really nicely. It's one of the things I like about those Planner Kate extra sheets, not necessarily the ones that are in the kit, but these extra sheets really fit most planners that I use anyway really well, like the classic sized planners. And I really like that. Okay, and then maybe we just take one of these and pop it here just to kind of add the consistency. I would add the to-do here. Maybe we do. It's not really going to work with the bottom, but if I kind of layer it a little bit, you can still see that. And then we've got that whole set there, which I think works. Now for the September, like the actual dailies. So again, we are going to leave it undated, but we've got room for, I want to do decoration, a little bit of fun first before we do anything else. So let's add in this one. This is the side of a dashboard spread that I tend to struggle with decorating because I don't want to lose function. But I think that we can add little elements here and there without losing too much. So for something like this little double one, I'd like to layer it with a box. So if I come into my boxes, we have this like mint one. And we could do something like this, where we put this here. And then we kind of just put this over it. The one thing I'm not really leaving space for with this section is the date. However, there's two options. Number one, Xandrea can put a little date sticker right here. But because Planner Kate stickers are so easy to remove, if she wants to, she can just shift this over and put it here. So I'm leaving that knowing that there's not really room for it, but also knowing that she has choices. So I think that that looks really cute. Let's take another one. Let's maybe do the dark brown and another little pumpkin on top. And I'm just kind of going random with these. I'm not going to put them on every day, but I think that they can be cute. So if I'm putting a box, I'm going to try to shift it as much over here as I can. And then we'll just kind of sit that pumpkin over it. And then let's do one more for, I don't know that I need to do one more. I feel like they're pretty involved. But one thing that we can do is I have this Hello Fall sticker that's really cute. And I think could be nice just right over here. Just kind of coming down, not taking up room. And I'm just going to use the back of my tweezer to kind of press it down further. Kind of get the bubbles out. Okay, that looks good. Next up, we need to add in two things here. We need bullet points, but also I want to add some of this washi because I didn't use this on this side yet. So we're going to do, I think, the same color on each day. I mean, like Monday, I'm just going to do the same color bullet points. And in a dashboard, I feel like 3 bullet points is a really good amount. because then you have the room. So we'll do those. Then we'll come in with our brown here. Should I shift this up higher? Let's put this here. And this one. Then we can do the lighter brown here. And you can kind of see those aren't exactly the same color, but I think that they look really pretty. I think I spent too much time in the past trying to do an exact match on stickers. And I found that when I started to look at other spreads, I was never like, oh my goodness, that is not the exact shade of brown. I can't believe it. And then I sort of let go on that and instead started looking for complementary colors versus exact matches. And I feel that that made my life a lot easier. And I also think that it made my spreads look even better because I wasn't struggling with exact matches. Because what would happen is if I couldn't find an exact match, I was kind of giving up on it and then maybe wouldn't do an element that I would have done previously because I couldn't find the match. I would say, well, we're just not going to do that part. But that's not really a way to go through life. You just find a new solution, which we did. Okay, these bullets look pretty. We've got the 2 boxes in. Xandrea didn't tell me if she needed any other boxes, so I think we're just going to leave those. I could probably add a couple more throughout if we go for like these smaller ones. So if I take this lighter teal, we can kind of pop one in over here. We can do one maybe on Saturday. Let's do like the darker brown, but I don't think it's something that we need to include every single day. All right. And finally, I wanted to come back in with this washi. So because I'd like to not use up too much of the box space, what I want to do is add these washi to some of the boxes, but I'm going to split it in half. So for example, we're going to add it here, but by reducing the size of that, we're now keeping the functionality of the box. And I feel like that's always the most important thing. And it's going to look really, really good on the mint one too. Okay. The one thing I didn't include here were any quotes on this side. So I really like these affirmations. And I'm going to do, I am thankful for this life. If I can find where the cut is to get this off the page. There we go. Right here, just a cute, I don't know that I like it there. Maybe just right here. I am thankful for this life. I think that's really pretty. Okay, there is Xandrea's dashboard spread. I really love how it came out. It's one of the more decorative dashboard spreads that I've done lately. I think it's really cute. Next up, we are doing a spread for Allie, and Allie uses a big vertical as a journal and gratitude keeper. So this is always a really fun one because it's a little bit different than just like checklists and bullet points and all of that. So I thought that I would use the Live Love Posh Autumn Love sticker journaling kit because this has a lot of really unique elements that I thought would be really cool for a journal type spread. So I'm going to come in with these corner stickers first because I feel like with a journaling type spread, we can go big with our stickers. And I'm going to put this down nicely. And then we just need to cover up this line, as you know. It doesn't have to be a perfect cover up here. There are certain times that I'm really precise in the cover ups and other times that I'm not. And this is one of those times that I don't really feel like I need to be. And then we're going to take the other corner floral. These stickers are laser cut, so I actually find them a lot easier to pull off the page than the other ones. I don't really know the difference in like why some companies are doing the laser cut versus not. And it's not in every sticker book, but I am finding these stickers to be like a tiny bit thicker, but definitely easier when planning, because you know that I struggle so much with getting stickers off the page. Okay, we've got those down. Now, let's see. All right, so it is a smaller book, so there's a little bit less to work with, but I knew that coming in. So I think that I wanted to do something really cool here with like these and this. So I'm gonna put this over here. I feel like with this, when I do these spreads for Allie, so let me back up. I have 2 levels on Patreon of people who receive custom spreads from me. One level gets a video like you see in a lot of my videos in the month, but the other gets a custom spread from me, and it's not guaranteed to be filmed. Sometimes it is filmed if I need that extra, video, if I like need a filler video, but it's not, it's like most likely not filmed. And back when I started custom spreads originally, like a few years ago, I was making custom spreads for Allie. And then when I shifted over to the option of having them not filmed, it was also a little bit after I need some other boxes here. So while I talk, I'm going to look for boxes. We may actually bring in some hexagons here. That could be cute. It was a little bit after. So I'm sorry, I'm being really confusing here. Okay, I'm going to back up. When I first started doing custom spreads, I also did one-on-one Zoom calls. And at the time I was single and I had all this time to be able to do these these Zoom calls, the one-on-ones throughout the week and the month. And then when I met James, I don't remember exactly when, but it was probably like 5-ish months, these would be pretty, into our relationship. It was becoming too much for me. I needed to take something off my plate. And I was, working and making plans with James and trying to finish my first book. And, oh, you may have just gotten a little bit of a hint there when I said first book. And doing custom spreads and working and all of these Zoom calls. And it was more than I was able to handle. And so I talked to my Patreon members and we decided that I was going to lower the price of the custom spread tier and stop doing the Zoom calls because I couldn't manage it anymore. I was still doing group Zoom calls, but just not the one-on-one Zooms. And then in 2025, at some point, I decided to bring back additional or add additional custom spreads, but they were going to be off-camera spreads because these were spreads that I could do off hours and I didn't have to worry about getting them all like filmed on camera. And that was something that was really great. So anyway, Allie came back and joined that tier. So I was creating spreads for her. They just weren't on camera. So anyway, now Allie is back to the camera tier. So the whole reason to start to talk about all of this was to talk about, I have done these journaling spreads for Allie for some time and I've really enjoyed them because they've taken me a little bit out of like my comfort zone because I'm so used to like checklists and all of that. And I've really enjoyed kind of just playing around and creating the journaling spreads where I feel like not everything has its place and I can just sort of experiment a little bit more. So I am using these checklist lines. We're not going to add the checklist in though. And this is what Allie can use for journaling throughout the spread. And we have them there. So let's come back in with some decor or maybe a quote. We have these. I've got this space over here. What I have learned about journaling, not necessarily like because someone has given me the feedback, but just kind of what I've observed is not everyone journals every single day the way that I do. So I don't feel like I have to add lines for Allie each day. But just kind of make sure that she has the space throughout the week to be able to journal. So that's kind of what we're focusing on here more. I'd like to do this here, and then I kind of want to bring in another hexagon. And then what I need to make sure of, because this was part of the request, is that we leave room for gratitude. So we're definitely going to leave room for gratitude. And then let's come back in down here and maybe add in this other floral piece. The colors in this spread are so pretty and vibrant. They're making me really happy. I think that this is looking so cute. Okay, the gratitude is going to be on the left side, so I'm holding off on that side for now. And then we're going to shift over to the right. So let's start off maybe with some hexagons kind of cascading. So let's take this one, because once I get these in, I can sort of figure out where other things are going to go. I don't want to overdo it though, because with a journal, hexagons take up space. And because they're smaller, you have a lot to write when you use them. I don't want to overdo it to the point where Allie doesn't have anything to write in them. So I just want to kind of add some to fill up, but not too many. I think we're just going to maybe do one more for now. Let me pull out another one of those customs. Sometimes I have a hard time of explaining like what I'm thinking. So I'm sorry if, especially in this video, I feel like my words have not really made a ton of sense. Let's put those here because I still have another frame and I really liked that frame element that I included. So we're going to take this up top and add this over here. And then let's bring this in here too. And we can do this frame with the same one. No, it's a different frame actually. Oh, we've got some others. Maybe we do a little frame element. Put this here, add that, and then, oops, come down with these. And Allie can add some of her favorite memories throughout the week. I think that would be cute. And then also this one, some moments are gold. Maybe right over here like this. I'd like to do lines down here at the bottom. How do I want to do this? We can do them over here. So for these, I'm not going to be able to go all the way to the edge with this stencil, but we'll extend it. Let's add one more. Oops. And then over here, I think I need to shift it down a tiny bit. It's really funny because I'm looking at the pen I'm using. In case you were curious, this is a Zebra Sarasa R.4. And lately, James's joke has been that like we name pens or refer to pens the way that someone would refer to a car. And he'll just like make up all these things, like a word, a letter, and then a number. And we were out with his friends last night and he was telling them about it. And one of them was like, okay, well, give me an example of what the, what's your favorite pen right now? And I was like, Zebra Sarasa R.4. And they're like, oh. Or when we were looking at a venue recently for a wedding, the catering manager, whatever her title was using a Sharpie S-Gel 0.7. And as soon as we left, I said to James, that was a Sharpie S-Gel 0.7. And it's funny because he gets it at this point. He at least he understands that I will not use a ballpoint pen if I have a choice. That's what he understands, and that's love because he is learning. So I recently gave him pens, and immediately he said, he looked at the package and he was like, these are ballpoint pens. These are leftovers. He's like, you didn't gift these to me. These are ones that you didn't want. I'm like, yeah, but I still gifted them to you. But I thought I could get away with saying, like, I got you a present. But he knew because he listens and he's learned. Okay. I think that these are really cute little elements here. So again, just kind of finding fun ways to play around with this as a journal. And then up here, I want to add something. I don't know what I want it to be, but I want to do something. I'm not sure. We could take this. Let's do this pumpkin right here. But, oh, can I do it? Yeah. Okay. I lined it up so that you could see, or the line of the pumpkin is right there. So I feel like that worked out really nicely, but then we need to cover it just up here a little bit. Okay. That's really pretty. Now I want to add in some more lines just over here. So let's shift this over. We'll get these 4 in. And then extend them. I feel like at one point I had a stencil that did cover the full box, but I don't know what happened to it, or if I'm just like dreaming that. Okay, now the next thing that I wanted to do was gratitude. So I'm trying to figure out where I can find the word gratitude. I feel like it has to be in Kelva Plan Fall Gratitude. It has to be like, I am grateful. We have I am grateful here. Maybe we use that. It says I am grateful for what I can do. But what if we just take the I am grateful part? Kind of do a little bit of sticker surgery here. Let's see. I am grateful. I feel like it needs to be highlighted a little bit because it's a little small. So if I come back to the sticker journaling kit, there was a sticker that I think would work nicely here, and it would be this one. These are individual stickers. There we go. And then we've got that. And this is where Allie can list out her gratitude. So I think that this came out really pretty. It's a spread that I want to use. So I really love it and hope she does too. So we have, that's not the right spread. We have Allie's big vertical journaling spread. We have Xandrea's dashboard spread that's classic sized. I'll link everything that I used in the description of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.